Allah commands that the prayer should be performed properly and on time. It is reported in the two Sahihs that Ibn Masud said, I asked the Prophet, which deed is the dearest? He replied, As-salatu ala waqtiha. I asked, what is the next? He replied, Al-jihadu fi sabilillah, in Allah's cause. I again asked, what is the next? He replied, Birrul walidain. Abdullah then added, the Prophet told me these words, and had I asked more, the Prophet would have told me more. The middle prayer. Furthermore, Allah has specifically mentioned the middle prayer, which is the Asr prayer, according to the majority of the scholars among the companions, as at-Tirmidhi and al-Bahawi have stated. Al-Qadi al-Mawardi added that the majority of the scholars of the Tabi'in also held this view. Al-Hafiz Abu Umar bin Abdul Bar said that this is also the opinion of the majority of the scholars of the Athar. In addition, Abu Muhammad bin Atiyah said that this is the tafsir of the majority of scholars. Al-Hafiz Abu Muhammad Abdul Mumin bin Khalaf ad-Dumyati stated in his book on the middle prayer that it is the Asr prayer, and mentioned that this is the tafsir of Umar, Ali ibn Masud, Abu Ayyub, Abdullah bin Amr, Samura bin Jundub, Abu Huraira, Abu Sa'id, Hafsa, Habiba, Salama, Ibn Abbas, and Aisha. This is also the tafsir of Ubaidah, Ibrahim al-Nakhai, Razin, Zir bin Hubaysh, Sayyid bin Jubair, Ibn Sirin, Al-Hasan Qada, Ad-Dahak, Al-Kalbi, Muqatil, Ubayd bin Abu Maryam, and others. The proof that the Asr prayer is the middle prayer. Imam Ahmad reported that Ali narrated that Allah's Messenger ﷺ said during the Battle of Al-Ahzab, Shaghaluna anis salat al-wusta, salat al-asr, mela Allahu kulubahum wa biyutahum nara. Busied us from performing the middle prayer, the our prayer, may Allah fill their hearts and houses with fire. He performed the Asr prayer between Maghrib and Isha. Muslim and An-Nasai recorded this hadith. In addition, the two sheikhs, Abu Dawud, at-Tirmidhi, An-Nasai, and several other collectors of the Sunan, recorded this hadith using different chains of narrators to Ali. The hadith about the Battle of Ahzab, when the mushriks prevented Allah's Messenger, the Salam, and his companions from performing the Asr prayer, has been narrated by several other companions. We only mentioned the narrations that stated that the middle prayer is the Asr prayer. Furthermore, Muslim reported similar wordings for this hadith from Ibn Masud and Al-Bara bin Azib. In addition, Imam Ahmad reported that Samura bin Jundub said that Allah's Messenger said, Salatul Wasta, Salatul Asr. In another narration, Allah's Messenger mentioned, Hafidhu ala salawati was salawatil wusta, as salawat, especially the middle salah, and stated that it is the Asr prayer. In another narration, Allah's Messenger said, Hi al-Asr, and Ibn Jafar mentioned that the Prophet was then being asked about the middle prayer. At-Tirmidhi reported this hadith and said, Hasan, Sahih. In addition, Abu Hatim bin Hibban reported in his Sahih that Abdullah said that Allah's Messenger said, Salatul Wasta, Salatul Asr. At-Tirmidhi reported that Ibn Masud narrated that Allah's Messenger said, Salatul Wasta, Salatul Asr. At-Tirmidhi then stated that this hadith is of a Hasan, Sahih type. Muslim reported the hadith in his Sahih, and his wordings are, Shaghaluna anis salatil wasta, salatil asr, busied us from performing the middle prayer, the Asr prayer. These texts emphasize the fact. What further proves this fact is that, in an authentic hadith, Allah's Messenger ﷺ emphasized the necessity of preserving the Asr prayer, when he said, as Ibn Umar narrated, Men fatathu salatul asri, فَكَأَنَّمَا وُتِرَ أَهْلَهُ وَمَالَهُ. It is reported in the Sahih that Buraidah bin al-Husayb said that the Prophet said, Bakiru bis salati fi yawmil ghaym, فَإِنَّهُ مَنْ تَرَكَ صَلَاةَ الْعَصْرِ فَقَدْ حَبِطَ عَمَلُهُ. Prayer early, for whoever misses the Asr prayer will have his deeds annulled. The prohibition of speaking during the prayer, Allah said, وَقُومُوا لِلَّهِ قَانِتِينَ, meaning with humbleness and humility before Him. This command indicates that it is not allowed to speak during the prayer, as speaking contradicts the nature of the prayer.